I'm really glad to be here. This is an honor actually from you, Madam Rainey, and the team back there in China. I didn't know this is going to be another week for me to present what I was just passing on so that people might read and probably want to find out what is really happening. But I'm really honored because you've given me a chance to now talk about this. So I'm very glad because I'm also seeing people are coming in all the way from Malawi. We have our own in Kenya, all the way from South Africa. Karibuni sana to our training, and I know we are going to get a lot from it. So my first training, what we will do is I will be able to discuss different rules that actually help people develop a success-friendly mindset, right? So I will, in a way, also accompany each of these principles with an exercise that, will, in one way or the other, try to introduce you to what I'm talking about, so that you can have it in your everyday life. So stay put, karibuni sana. I'm happy to be here, and let us learn. So I have a disclaimer, and this is very important, that these rules are based a bit on my personal experience, and some of them are from some of the self-development books that I usually read, and generally the worldview. So I don't claim to know the answers. So just treat whatever I'm trying to share with you in this particular training just for what they are. They are suggestions, as I also got them from the books. And if a different rule works for you, I think you're okay to go with whatever works for you. But you know your best. What's more important than following these exact rules is actually to have success-friendly rules that probably will work for most of us. So they will help you to maintain a consistent habit that can be able to cultivate some of your core values, right? So it is very important that we develop this kind of have them in our lives so that they can be able to help us develop what we call a success-friendly mindset. Now, the agenda for my training today, in my first training, I'm going to discuss the different rules, the 5 of them, and how you can be able to embrace them in your journey towards success. And then I will accompany, as I said, at least an exercise to jog your mind so that you can be able to have something introduced in your life. Rule number 1. Rule number 1 says you must live your life the hard way and regularly embrace uncertainty. I think that is very clear. That is very clear for us. So you need to learn to do the hard things. What I like about Les Brown talks about if you live your life the hard way, then things are going to be easy for you. But if you have an easy life, then things may be hard for you probably in the near future. So we need to endeavor to always live our lives the hard way and embrace uncertainty. So there is an author of a book called Martin Meadows. This book is called How to Build Your Self-Discipline and Resist Temptations and Reach Your Long-Term Goals. He says, life is easy when you live it the hard way. And I think when I got that, then I really saw the essence, because the kind of business that we are engaging in, that is green world, it's not easy, right? So the hardness is what actually makes sense, because when you get in and you get it the hard way, then probably as you stay along and learn, then you find things are getting easier. So the entire, actually the paragraph says, real regrets only come from not doing your best, or else, all else is out of control, out of your control. You're measured by results only. Trade excuses and trying for results and expect half-hearted results from half-hearted efforts. Do more than what is expected of you. Life is easy when you live it the hard way, and hard if you try to live it the easy way. So it's very simple, right? So the rule is one of the key elements of my decision making process. Even if I often hate myself for putting myself in so much stress and discomfort, but I know in the long term, the stress I'm willing to go through, right, is going to help me handle so many challenges in life and also become a very strong person. So we need to actually try to engage in some of these uncomfortable and scary situations. At least get one every week, something scary. Yeah, so that it can also give you a feel of going for the hard things, right? So no matter if, whatever age, it doesn't matter whether you are male or female, right? Whether you're living in North Africa, you're in South Africa, you're in East Africa, where we are, whether you are in West Africa, it doesn't matter. When you deliberately live your life the hard way, you will get stronger. And this will help you to push through failures and achieve the success you want. So that is very important. So we need to actually see how to embrace. Sometimes, you know, when we talk about living it the hard way, we are talking about the self-imposed hard way things. We may not actually put it in the aspect of probably, you know, what is happening now in Gaza, between the Israel and Gaza. You know, that is something that is not self-imposed, right? So we may not talk about you trying to go and probably live in Gaza to really get it the hard way. No, we are saying there are some things that you can do just where you are that can be able to challenge you and make you at least get stronger. We are not wishing for what those guys are going through, right? But when it comes to you deciding what you want to really take as something hard and you want to put it in your life, then I think that one will make you at least have something. So that situation is horrible. I'm just giving it as an example, but it doesn't need to be like that. You need to expand your comfort zone, very important. And this will help you handle non-voluntary circumstances. So it is important, right? You know, people are so comfortable within whatever they can be able to do. But now if you try to expand, you're giving yourself some kind of hard thing to do because it's not the normal that you're used to be doing. So that is precisely why regularly embracing uncertainty is very important to success, because it will build your strength, right? So you need to really do it the hard way, and then you might even welcome them because of the growth that they give you, or the growth that they've given you in the past if you've been practicing them. So work towards actually going the hard way. There's a performance coach called Tony Robbins once said, the quality of life is in direct proportion to the amount of uncertainty you can comfortably live with. The more uncertainty you can live with, the more you try and the more you learn, the more you live and the more you will be. The more you go to the certain about everything, the less you have. So you don't need to be certain about everything. The uncertainty makes you to grow beyond what you can be able to actually handle, and it will give you a challenge. So I want to give you an exercise before I go to the next rule, something that you can be able to see how you can be able to incorporate. Of course, I will give you an example. So do one thing every day that scares you. That is very important. Don't miss that. And I will usually add that makes you uncomfortable as well, right? Something that is just off what you're used to. So these are great advice, and sometimes it's unrealistic, right? But you have a life to live after all. But if you decide to live it the soft way, the easy way, it's not going to work for you. embrace the hard things. So however, how much busy you are, you can turn this thing into a weekly exercise. Just one, get one that you can be able to do. So all levels of the fear that we usually have, that is the discomfort, they count. They count in our lives. Because without the discomfort, you never learn. You never learn because there's nothing new. So when you get a discomfort, then you can be able to actually do something. And we are not talking about you jumping probably out of an aeroplane. That one may be a little bit extreme. But we are saying that discomfort that you are not used to will grow you. So I want to give you an example. Last week we were doing actually a coal prospecting with my wife sometime in somewhere in Kitale. And you know, that is one of the things that really brings a lot of fear in people. So we went coal prospecting door to door. We were in the village. That is not my zone. I'm comfortable doing cold when I'm within, you know, Kisumu. But you know, now in Kitale, that is totally a different kind of setup. They are different. The tribes are not like the people we see around. So with the flyers, we just went door to door on rampage. So after the 6th door, it's interesting that what you actually fear can be able to yield, because we were able to even scan. We scanned a husband and a wife and saw some products, right? So you can see what being uncomfortable can be able to expose, you know, opportunities. Yeah, so it's very important. I think that is one of the experiences that actually has really built me up, because I believe it's working. Sorry. Now, let's continue. I've also learned that sometimes if you self-impose fear, some self-imposed fear is also very important. You just impose it on yourself and move, so that you can be able to keep moving and get the challenges that are there. So if this one sounds like hell to you, I don't know how you're looking at it, but I'm challenging you to please go for what is hard. Embrace what is not the obvious, right? And then see the miracles that will be able to happen when you actually do that. So that one is very, very important. So approach, probably from your end, if you are single, try to approach probably an attractive man or attractive woman, and you know, introduce yourself and strike a conversation. You know, that is something that will the match that can happen is they can say no, or probably you may bump into probably an ex or something like that. But you know, try something like something like public speaking. If you've never done a presentation, probably on Zoom or even during a home meeting, try one. It's something out of what you're used to, right? So get something. You don't need to go to the extreme. There are very many. So I'm just giving you an example of how you can be able to have them, at least something happening, so that you try it out. So that rule is very important. Learn to live the hard way and embrace uncertainty and try to engage in something uncomfortable. Don't miss that. So let's continue. Rule number 2. And that is very clear also. You must show the middle finger to your ego. Ego is very, ego is something that usually very interesting, because people are known to go to really great lengths to avoid suffering. They don't want to blow their ego, right? So you need to just get it off. It doesn't matter, right? Don't be afraid to look ridiculous, because when you are learning, you can't get better when you want to always be in your comfort, right? So look for ways to be ridiculous in front of others, because that is how you learn. So get off. It's not about the ego, your ego of not wanting to be stupid in front of people. is not going to help you. You fear embarrassment. You just need to take it, don't take life so seriously. Yeah, don't take your embarrassing failure seriously. It's about you having an opportunity to learn. Get off adhering to, you don't want to feel guilty, because if you don't know how to do something, you get in front of people and something happens that is out of space, then I will tell you what to do, because it happened to me one time. Yeah, so that your ego doesn't make you feel like you need to act like you're so perfect and you cannot be able to probably act in a very, sometimes it happens accidentally when you don't know, but gather yourself up, right? So that you don't blow everything up. So what you need to do, so some people, actually their egos are more important than learning. And that is something you need to really, get it right, right? Don't let your ego be between what you need to learn, because you will not get it right, right? So I don't claim to be better on this, but what I'm saying, it's something that I've gone through, and it doesn't really matter. It took me years to battle my own embarrassment and to feel good. And, sometimes you just find yourself, you're looking stupid, right? Because sometimes it just happens. So get off your ego. I know it's a difficult process, and I greatly admire those who actually decide to go past their egos, because they keep trying. And after a while, they can be able to learn and do much in their life. So just don't try. If you don't try again because you are afraid of looking stupid, that's when you actually exhibit an unintelligent behavior, right? So try again, look stupid, try again, look stupid, try again. Let your ego not be in the path. So if you have the tendency to protect your ego by avoiding being silly, then you're not going to learn. Expose yourself to as many situations as you can, and that is very important, and simply try again instead of worrying about what others think of you. It doesn't work. Try to catch yourself each time you're worried, because looking stupid does not really matter. What you need to do is probably laugh it off and, move on. Let your colleagues help you to laugh it off. It's very important. So don't care about that. You need to just kick it off the carbs and then move on. So don't take yourself seriously. The more serious you take yourself, the more difficult life will get for you. Protecting your ego will not only make you less likely to try again, but when you get it off, you'll try again, fail, you try again, you fail, and it will make you strong. And you don't need to avoid frustration. Really, you don't need to, right? So very important. So I have something that happened to me a long time ago when I was still in the corporate world, before I joined the green world. I made a very embarrassing mistake as I was presenting. I remember I was presenting to my fellow staff, and the CEO was also the CEO was also around. It was a morning meeting. So I thought dwelling on that particular embarrassment will cause me unnecessary suffering, and possibly it will affect even my, the presentation I was supposed to finish. Yeah. So what I decided after that particular presentation, I started laughing myself, right? So people are thinking now, what is the problem? Huh? I was laughing harder than they were laughing because they were holding the laugh inside. But now I even shared the story again at some other meetings. Huh? And then they helped me to laugh it off. So after a while, they helped me quickly forget about it, because it didn't really matter, right? It was a mistake and it had happened, and I didn't need to really hold on to my ego. I let it go. They left me, helped me to laugh it off. So it was very important. So whenever you feel embarrassed about failure, try to find something funny in it. It's very important. Just try to find something funny in it. Laugh it off, and you can be able to move on. So very important. And that is a very serious word. You must show the middle finger to your ego. Forget it. Don't take embarrassing failure seriously. Move on, because that is what life is. Rule number 3, and it says you must feel worthy of success. Because if you don't feel you deserve, if you don't believe you deserve to be successful, then I'm very sorry, you cannot be successful. It starts with the belief. Belief is everything. So you must feel worthy of success. It's very, very important. People who don't believe they deserve success rarely achieve it. Very simple. Or if they do, they subconsciously sabotage their efforts so that they can go back to the previous state of things. So feel worthy of success, believe that you can be able to achieve. Everything starts with belief. Without belief, probably we cannot be able to even do anything. So start with that. So there are too many causes of this destructive belief. And most of the time, people don't feel worthy because they don't want to hurt others, right? So probably you have a family, an extended family, for example, and joining Greenwald, and you know very well you are going to succeed. So you don't want to feel like, you don't want your family to feel like you are more successful than them. So you don't want to hurt them, right? So sometimes people don't feel worthy because they just want to fit in, right? So you are so loving, you are so caring to your family, and then you feel unworthy because if you make the money, then you cannot be able to be with them. But let me tell you one thing. When you excel in different walks of life, where others are struggling, you can be able to help them. Why don't you think of that? Instead of thinking you need to fit in with others, you need to feel unworthy because you don't want to hurt them. Why don't you just be successful? Feel worthy of success, be successful, and then you can be able to support them. I think that is a better view, so that you get this limiting belief off, so that you have the belief that you can be able to do something. So you will benefit the world if you succeed. Don't feel unworthy of success because you want to fit in with the others that are not successful, right? But I know if you succeed, even in your family, you'll be able to actually get all the benefits, right? So for example, if you build a successful MLM business and your friend is struggling to pay bills, what you need to do, give them the pointers where they can also be able to make money. That is what you need to do. Become successful, then lead them into success, right? Don't feel you want to fit in with them, because you'll not be able to help them. You'll be with the people who are not also successful, and then you cannot be able to help anyone. So feel worthy, get the success, lead your teammates, lead your downlines into success, because that is very important. So if you're an upline, you are a leader, and you don't feel you need to be successful because you want to fit in, you want to walk like the other people, you don't want to probably to upgrade and get your car because you want to fit in, get your car and carry your downlines to the meeting. So that is very important, so that you can be able to actually succeed. Another limiting belief is that people feel unworthy of success because they don't recognize their strengths, right? So when you don't recognize your strength, that is something else. And here, what I'm going to do is just address a possible situation in which somebody probably considers themselves inadequate to achieve success, right? You have some strength lying within you. What you need is to tap into that strength. If it is promoting, if it is presenting, just tap into that and move with that particular strength. But otherwise, people lack self-esteem because there's nothing they're doing with their lives. So they feel they are not worthy of anything. And a lot of problems with lack of self-esteem, because when we are not confident about what you are really talking about, you're not confident about this opportunity that we have in Green One, then your self-esteem is going to make you not be able to even recognize anything that you can be able to do. So I used to actually earlier on doubt my worth and abilities. Why would I really reach success if I have all those doubts? I used to see myself, I belong in the corporate world. That is it, right? But I believe the corporate world also gave me something that I can be able to hang on to, right? And that is my strength. So I feel I'm worthy of success because there are so many things I've been able to do. So be able to convert all this into the path to success, belief, and also get to recognize your strengths. Don't try to fit in. Get off that group that is not performing, succeed, and then you can lead them to the particular path where they can be able to be healthy and also be able to make money. So you can get inspired, and if you are writing, you can get this. I have a book that really inspired me by Tony Robbins. You can get that book and read. That book is called Unlimited Power, and that is to awaken the giant within you. Awaken the Giant Within by Tony Robbins, right? So get that book. It can be able to point you to some of the strengths that you have. The idea is that you can't get past negative thoughts unless you access most resourceful state of mind. Without a resourceful state of mind, without reading, without getting the information, you cannot be able to really get past your negative thoughts. So those are very important. So stop worrying because you can't do anything, right? Stop worrying, have the belief, look for the strength that you have, and then you move on. That will give you the feeling of worthiness for success. So if you don't believe you deserve success, most of the time you're going to sabotage your efforts, right? If you don't recognize your strength, make a list of your motivations, strength, relationships, and other assets that can help you achieve your goal. You have them all within you, right? So that is very, very important. So let's continue. I want to give you an exercise. This is what will help you mind the strengths that you have within. So these are 3 effective questions that will help you recognize your strengths and also instruct your brain so that you can be able to think more constructively. So just be as detailed as possible when you're answering these questions, because this process can help you greatly overcome your self-limiting beliefs. So that is something you need to do. So question 1, ask yourself, what are the reasons why it is so important to you that you'll achieve your goal? B, just write everything that comes to your mind to answer that so that you can be able to have that belief that you're worthy of success. Question number 2, ask yourself, what are your unique strengths or resources that will help you achieve to reach your goal? List them one by one. Do a lot of them, right? As they come into your mind, just put them on paper. Don't just have them in your mind, answer them on paper. They will give you some exercise to have to implement this particular law. And then question number 3, when and how did you use your strength or resources to achieve your previous goal? So look back and look at where at some point you are able to achieve something because of a particular strength that you have. Yeah. So jot those ones down and have them detailed as possible, because they will help you to actually go through this particular process. So that is very important. Let's continue to rule number 4. Number 4 says, you must take 100% personal responsibility. Everything is in your hands. Your life is in your hands. So In his book, and the book I talked about earlier on by Martin Meadows, it talks about the concept of locus control. Locus control is actually the degree to which people believe that they can have control over the outcomes of events in their lives, right? The belief that people have over the outcome of events in their lives. That is what we call the locus control. That is what Martin Meadows talks about. Yeah. So in other words, you either take the ship's wheel or assume responsibility for whatever happens, or let the ship, that particular ship that you are captaining, to drift. So you are either in the steering wheel, or you are leaving things to chance. So you need to take 100% responsibility for your life so that you can be able to succeed. So if you let everything drift without taking control, then you can be able to, of course, you'll be steered in any direction, because now you are not in control of what you want. So I don't think I need to really tell you much about this, but you need to take everything personally in your hands. Take your business in your hands. It's your business, of course. You need to drive it. You need to drive the sales. You need to do the meetings. It is 100% responsibility. I usually tell people that do this business like there is no upline. There is no one who introduced you to this business. Take 100% responsibility, right? And also do it as if your downline doesn't exist. Wake up, go and forget about your upline. Just, your upline doesn't exist, your downline doesn't exist, go work, right? Take 100% responsibility of your business. That is where you can be able to grow. Without that, then you're leaving everything to chance. Yeah, so you must take personal responsibility for every success and failure. No matter what happens, shift your locus of control from external to internal. Don't look at the external factors. Look within. Look within and believe that you can be able to do it by taking everything seriously 100%. If it is your health, it is in your hands. It's not your wife's. It's not your children's mandate to take care of your life. Take it upon yourself if you want to really have a successful, positive mindset. So do that so that you can be able to achieve much in life. Emerson said, shallow men believe in luck or in circumstance. Strong men believe in cause and effect, right? For every effect, there is a cause. But people, some people just believe in luck, that things just happen. They don't, right? You need to put them into focus, need to put them in control. Take the responsibility that your life is in charge. When you consider every failure or success as an effect of your own decision, you acknowledge responsibility for your life, and consequently, you can gain more control over it. So the concept of locus control is very important, so that forget about being helpless, because that is where the strength is that you can be able to push through. So that is very important. Take 100% responsibility. Right? So I want to take you through an exercise that can be able to jog your mind, so that you can be able to acknowledge proper responsibility in your life. So if you want to develop a healthy control over your life, overcome the helplessness, right? It's important to acknowledge responsibility for your life. It's your life, right? So the first step you need to do is make a list of past events that you did affect with your direct actions. So that's the first step. Make a list of past events that you did affect with your direct actions. So the next step is write down a list of past failures that you blame on external factors, right? Some people are just keen on blaming the government for their problems, right? Lack of money, the government, everything the government. They are not taking responsibility for their life. So write down those failures that you keep on putting blame on the external things. Then the third step, address the future or present situations you believe are beyond your control. Right? So that is very important. That third step, it addresses the future or present situations you believe are beyond your control. And then the last step, this is simple, but can produce profound changes. Eliminate these phrases. Some people just like to say, I had no choice. You know, it just happened, right? So eliminate them so that you can be able to take personal responsibility, so you can be able to learn from any failure that happens in your life. So rule number 5, and this the last one. It's very important. You must identify what you want and go after it. You can be able to see that dog, probably. I don't know what it's looking at. But do you think the dog is going to jump into the water? Probably if it sees a fish. I don't know. But I'm saying identify it and go after it. Get the fear off. Just go after it. If it means you have to get wet, just go. Identify what you want and go after it. Create your own personal vision, describing how you want your perfect life to be. Because that is the driving force. If you have the vision, then that is when you will do something today to achieve it. But with no vision, vision is a promise of tomorrow. So if you don't have the promise of tomorrow, do you think you can be able to do something today? Probably not. But if you identify it and go for it, because we have people are looking for so many things. It's health, it's wealth, and we are saying Greenwald is here, right? Go for it, because you can be able to actually achieve with it. So that is very, very important. Yeah. So what I have a very important news to share with you. And the news is, so far, scientists haven't really figured out how to reverse death. Of all the things that have happened, they've not figured out how you can not die, right? And that is something that it sucks, right? I know. Eventually, all of us are going to die. But unfortunately, we all have, everybody has an expiry date, whether it's written on you or not. And I usually tell people, we have products that have expiry dates. Let me tell you one thing. They have an expiry date, whether it is written on it or not, right? So you don't need to feel reserved, right? So make the most out of your life. Go for what you want. Dream big. That is the only free thing you can give yourself, right? I tell you, dream big and bigger. It's free. Dream about all the things that you may want. Have a vision for your life, because we are going to lose it all at the end of the day. All of us are going to die. So if I go to a prospect and they say no, I think it's not worse than me dying. So go identify what you want. If it is Greenwald you want to go with and change your life, please take it upon yourself. Don't forget about all the fears. Forget about all the everything every other person is saying. It can't be done. No, it's hard. Right? Identify and just go with it. So the ultimate failure in life is not going after the things you want. That is the ultimate failure. Not going after what you want. You failed. If you don't actively identify what you want and then go after it, it will be fate and other people will control your life. That is what happens to a lot of people, because they don't even know what they want. They don't have a vision board, right? You need to, I usually tell people, have a vision board in your house. Your kids may think you are crazy. Have videos of what you want in your life in your house. When you come to my house, that is what you'll see. Have pictures of, there's a dream car I need, and I have it pasted in every other room, because that is actually what I want. So it's important that we do that, right? So thank you very much. Thank you very much for giving me that opportunity to share with you this part of training. But before I end it, what I want to give you is probably a part of something that really made me go for Greenwald, and that is something that is very key for me. So I want to share with you a personal story. It might look I got lucky, but it actually happened because I knew it was something I needed in my life. So earlier on in my corporate world, you know, the way things are, you are never sure about retaining your employment. So you start so many businesses on the side. So this business I started actually, it failed because it didn't fit what I was actually looking for. I have a degree in the health, in the medical field. And Marquia started a business in IT. It did not work. It was not within what I really envisioned in my life. So it failed. So what I did, I realized I had to get more specific about the kind of business I wanted. I wanted a business in health, right? Earlier on, I already joined because I got intrigued by MLM business. I joined another one earlier on, and I was passionate about a few products inside. Actually, now I was thinking the dream I had was I wanted to open a drugstore where I could be able to have a shelf of those products for that particular company that I'm not going to mention its name here. I was passionate about them because I'd use them and I'd saw something. So I had a bit of them I wanted to have at a corner. That is a dream I had, right? So it's a business I wanted to run in the evening, not in not during the day, because of course during the day I was working for somebody. So in the evening after 5, I thought I want to open a drugstore, have a corner where I have some health products for this company, because you know it was something I wanted, you know. But now this is what actually happened. Somebody was trying to show me a company with wonderful products. And he told me, I know you like the products of the other company, but this company has a lot of amazing products, not just a few, but a lot. So I got interested because in the other company, I had a few that I was passionate about. But now this guy is telling me this particular company has a lot of a lot. And they were talking about over 300 products. Now I was saying, now this is it. Now, in fact, I'm going to open a shop that now has just this company's products, right? Because now I was seeing it was just not a section. The other one probably I would have mixed with other conventional medication. But now I had an opportunity to have just a store where I could have all the products I'm passionate about. I got interested, right? And also talks about a compensation plan that I could be able to have this business, not just running it, but I could be in business and also be paid for just being a distributor and moving the products and showing other people also how to do the same thing. So I got very interested. So you see, my dream got aligned because I went for what I actually wanted. When I went for my computer thing, it didn't work. But now, when I started deviating towards what I really wanted, I got an opportunity. I got lucky. I got to know Greenwald, right? So I usually say it's by magic. I stumbled upon an incredible company that has really changed my life for the better. And here I am, a shop owner with Greenwald, now opening full time, not just in the evening. So that's a dream come true. So that vision worked, and I want to encourage you. I want to encourage you to create a vision, hold on to it, right? Get your vision in line. Describe your core philosophies and values. Describe the relationships that you have in your life. Just have a vision for all that, right? Address your health and fitness. What fitness goals do you have? And just go for them. Identify them, write them down, work for them. If you want to stay healthy, it's just somebody say it's an apple a day keeps the doctor away, right? Sometimes you don't even need to shout it to people, right? Just yourself and the apple, munch on it on a daily basis, right? Because you have a health goal, go for it, right? So I'm really happy. I'm really happy that you've gotten something out of it. That you must identify what you want and go after it and create your own personal vision, describing what you really want in life. So that is very important. Thank you very much. I want to end the first part of the presentation there. And then Madam Rainey, can I just proceed to the next one?
Just a moment, Mr. Eric Tawa. Actually, I want to share what I have learned from your presentation. Tomorrow is the first day of the New Year's Day of the Year of Dragon, according to the calendar New Year. And I'm going to do something that's scary me. Well, I would like to push myself out of the comfort zone, because I always want to take a 1 hour walk in a winter day, but I always tell myself that, well, the temperature is -4, -5, so I'm going to do that when the temperature goes above zero. But I think, tomorrow I'm going to do that, and I'm going to continuously do that. So thank you very much. I need to deal with this, to push myself out of the comfort zone. So, this is what I have learned from your presentation. I thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I know everyone already has picked on something that they can be able to, one of the rules they can be able to put in their lives, right? Like Rainy now has identified one. Go for it. I know Budiman is also thinking of one, right? Go for it and get the experience, right? So thank you very much. I want to get this off so that I can be able to share the next one.
Thank you.
Can you be able to see my screen?
Yes, very well. The 4 core elements in building a successful network. So this is what really, really interests me. We would like to see how you, connect this, the business with the, traditional Chinese philosophy. Okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Karibuni sana. This is my second training and the last one. I hope you get something out of it. The 4 core elements in building a successful network. So the first thing I will do is tell you to ask yourself why networking? Why are we talking about networking, right? So ask yourself why. How many times have you been told that you really have to network? How many times have you been told? We've had it a lot of times, not even in network marketing, right? But how many times have you been told that networking is essential for growth and personal success in MLM? How many times? So networking is a very core topic that people need to understand, so that when you know why you need to network, then every other thing falls in place. You know who to network with once you know why you need to network. So that is what I will take you through, right? So the truth is, as the old adage says, it's not what you know, it is who you know. So get that, right? It is not what you know, it is who you know. That is a network. So this has more weight than any other thing, especially when we're talking about network marketing. right? So my training agenda for today, I want you to take control of your network, number one. Number two, master the art of real and influential networking. Build a transformational network of 4 key people to fast track your success. Leverage and use your skills and other people's skills to your advantage. Nurture and maintain these relationships on an ongoing basis. It's a continual process because, you know, we are in for the long term. And then I want to show you where you need to network, right? Network building in the ideal MLM company. Because when you are networking, you have to be somewhere. So where? We'll talk about it when we are finishing. Sure, networking still matters, but your network matters most. So get it right from the beginning. Networking actually matters. It still matters a lot in everything. It doesn't matter what you're doing, right? It doesn't matter. But that network, its composition matters more. Just network, but make sure you are networking with the right people. So who is in your network and how much input or influence do they have in your business? Ask yourself. How well do they really know or truly know you? How do they know you? Right? How much can they help you? Ask yourself these questions. Very, very important. Ask yourself these particular questions so that you can be able to really understand why we need to network. The right network is about having the right people and the right relationships in your professional and personal life. So we are still talking about why you need to network. Why networking? So earlier on, I was boasting about a network of university friends and colleagues in my corporate world. During that time, I think I learned a lot about what really networking is. What to really have a dear friend to you means that your network really matters. So I learned a lot. So when I was still employed, I saw a lot of shakeups. I experienced a lot of shakeups in that particular environment, right? New CEOs coming in, they are forming new leadership teams. People are just taking new positions in the organization. So I knew, one, if you didn't know anybody, then you could not place yourself. So your network really mattered a lot in how these things were working, right? Being just close to probably your deputy will make you have some kind of leeway into how you can be able to even know if there's a promotion coming in that you can be able to apply for. So it was very important that network will really do wonders. So why you need a network is very important. What you are doing does not matter. If you are doing MLM, better for you because that is what we practice here, right? So the time I got introduced to MLM, now a broad perspective of what actually networking is came into place. Now I really knew why I needed to network. And if I was getting a business that was having me the network to leverage on, then that was it. I'd found where I could be able to now be without worry. When I have people that are close to me that want the best for me. Of course, I will also want the best for my downlines. But just being an environment where people want your success, they want to have you getting something, is a good network. So that is what I learned because I could be able to leverage on it. Now, the action plan had to be well done so that I got the right foot into green ones. So everyone needs to network. It doesn't matter whether you are a graduate, you are a manager, when you need a promotion, right? When you are a leader, you are a consultant, you need to network. You are an entrepreneur, you are a motivational speaker. Network is very important. It doesn't matter what you do, what your level, the level you're operating on, it does not matter. The industry does not matter. Get out and network because that is where we have a foundation. right? So I want you to take a moment and review your network. Take a moment and review your network. Your network in MLM, in Greenwald, right? Ask yourself a few questions. I want you to determine something. What are you doing that is not working? What are you doing in your teams that is not working? Ask yourself, because when you know what is not working, then you will know the people you need to network with, right? So number 2, ask yourself, who is in your network now and who should be? Of course, you know your team. Who are they? And who needs to be there, right? Very important. Ask yourself, whoever is adding value or draining your energy in that network. Know them, right? Who is adding value in my network? Who is draining us, right? Who is not making us grow? Because you want to pinpoint the key people you need to have in your network for you to grow, even in this business that we have in Greenwald, right? Number 4, how do you leverage the key people in your network? How do you leverage them? Because they're at a point where you see they are very valuable. How do you leverage them in the growth of your network? So once you go through this training, you have to face a choice. It's all of us have to face a choice so that you can be able to actually see strategically as you build your network, know the people that are supposed to be inside there doing what and when and where. Sawa sawa. So take control of your surrounding, of your network, and then you can be able to own your future. If you stay out of control, you'll drift. Your network is just going to drift because you don't care about your downlines, no training, no anything. You don't even want to know their strength, right? So get it clear that you need to understand the reason why you need to network. John C. Maxwell says, I'm not the smartest fellow in the world, but I can sure pick smart colleagues. Sometimes you don't need to be a good presenter, but you can surround yourself with good presenters. You choose to, because it may not be your strength, right? So why do you need to have these people? Why do you need to have people that are smarter than you in your network? That is very important, right? So get in control of your network and you will change the game. Get in control. Associate with people who are better than you, right? It helps you to grow. So why you need these people in your network? And we'll talk about these people as I end this particular session so that you understand the reason why you need them and who they need to be, right? Make the impossible possible so that you can be able to achieve your goal when you surround yourself with these people, right? So you'll find it easier to connect to people with ideas and dreams and convert those ideas and dreams into action. Sometimes you don't, somebody comes and tells you, probably, let's go and try prospecting school teachers. You didn't have the idea, but because you're surrounding yourself with somebody who has an idea, that idea also trickles on you. When it trickles on you, then you move. When you move, of course, some results will show their face. So surround yourself with, people that can be able to challenge you so that you can be able to grow. That is why that network is very important, because without it, there is no growth. So what do you say? Are you ready to build your own small, smart, supercharged network? Right? It only starts with 4 and you're going to know them, right? So be ready so that you can be able to learn. So networking is all about connecting and collaborating for success. Networking, very simple. Connecting and collaborating for success, because it's the people. It's the people in the network that connect to each other. They collaborate to do activities, home meetings, and every other thing that they are doing, and then they succeed. So the way you are going about it sometimes is wrong. The way we go about it sometimes it's wrong, right? That is why we don't have a productive network. But if we do it the right way and have these people that can be able to challenge us to dream beyond what we actually think is possible, then we can be able to supercharge our network. That network will be smart and it will be able to work for you. So many of us, of course, I know, even in green world, we really hate networking, but we still recognize that it's important for you to grow in green world. We really, there are so many things. You have downlines and every other things is flying left, right, and center. And you really say, is it really, should I go it alone? Do I need a network? Right? So we hate, but we still recognize that it's very important. So no matter what you do, where you work, or whatever industry you're working in, your network is a crucial tool for your professional and personal growth. Get it, right? It is very, very, very important that you have that. So what matters most is you invest the time and energy and the commitment to strategically build a smart and powerful network, because you'll be connecting with people, but it's important who you connect with. Get it? It's important. The people who are walking beside you, alongside, or wherever, it's important to get to know the right people to connect to. Whether they are behind you, they are ahead of you, they are beside you, they are along, get to know them so that you can be able to leverage, so that you can be able to build a very serious network for you, right? So get it. Once you get that, then everything is going to really be in place. So I want to talk about the stages in networking. And these stages are very, very important. It's very important that we know these particular stages. There are 3 key stages to understanding networking, and that is very important, and reassessing how you think and approach your network. So the stages, as you can be able to see, we have the ineffective stage, then we have the effective stage, and the exponential stage. The 4th stage that I added there, that I will talk about briefly, is the significance stage. But I want to drive home the 3: the ineffective, the effective, and the exponential. So number 1, at the point where we talk about you being ineffective in network marketing, what we are trying to do to you is trying to shift your mindset so that you look at network marketing in a different way. Look at networking in a different way. What's the ideal network for you, right? Why are we so over you building a serious delivering network? Why is this so important to shift your thinking? Because we want to get you from the old way of thinking about networking into the new way. When you are doing the shift, we talk about you're still being ineffective, right? At that stage, because we are trying to shift. You are trying to shift your mind from the old way of doing networking. You want to now network with intention, knowing the right people that are supposed to be existing in that network. Then number 2, at stage 2, we talk about you've transitioned from being ineffective to being effective. Now you are rethinking your network. What is the ideal networking now? Forget about the old way of doing it. What is the ideal one now? You are starting to rethink about your network, right? Why are we even, we need also to find out, as you rethink, what is the wrong way that I'm not supposed to be doing it, right? What is working now? What is not working now? right? So at this stage, we refer to you as being ineffective. At stage 3, when we talk about you are being exponential, we talk about you've transformed. You've shifted from not knowing the best way of networking to knowing what actually networking is and how you need to network and the kind of people you need to have in your network. So you've transformed. So how do we build a network that works? Now, those are the questions now you're asking yourself when you are transformed. How do we build a network that works? Why is the power in the people, right? The particular people that we are going to talk about when we are finishing here. What is the power in these people that you need to embrace when you are networking now? So at this stage, sometimes we also refer you as efficient. You are an efficient networker now. But past being efficient, now you are significant because now you can teach people how to go all the way from shifting into succeeding, because you are now teaching other people to do the same thing that you've done so that you can be able to exponentially have a team that is delivering, right? That is where now you reach stage 4, which we talk about significance, right? So that is something that those are stages we need to really know as we go into talking about the key people, the who that you need to really have in this, right? So get it right. When you are at the ineffective stage as a networker, you are nervous about making connections. Sometimes you are shy and you are an introvert. The whole concept of networking does not really make sense to you. You are coming in, you are moving product, you don't care about introducing other people into the network, you are ineffective, right? But you are at a place where if you get the right person, then you can be able to start shifting your thinking, right? So don't put yourself in this box of fear, the box of fear not to connect to people. Go out and network intentionally, right? Fear feeds on itself most of the time. It will eat on your self-esteem, the confidence, even the ability to share what you already know will not happen because you fear the connection. You are very ineffective in networking at that point, right? So the more you stay put, the more isolated you'll become. So don't procrastinate, don't double, right? Just face the risks, face the fears, get isolated, get the opportunities to network. Just go out and join a gym, put yourself where you can be able to have people that you can be able to network with, right? So if you don't do that, sometimes you become more irrelevant and invisible, and people don't even know whether you are in Greenwald or not, whether you are networking or not, because you fear going to these places. So don't procrastinate over networking, go out and do something. So let me pose a question to you. Where you are, do you take yourself as an ineffective networker? Are you afraid of what is going to happen if you actually connect to someone? Do you merely dabble in networking events here and there? Don't worry. This training is going to give you something. If you still consider yourself ineffective, just sit tight. Don't doze off. When you are at the effective stage, this is where we have people attending regular meetings. People come to meetings. They already know that. They network. They go to home meetings. You are effective, right? You know the people outside your team. You know the Greenwald family. You know where the office is, right? You connect to people through social media. That's when we call you an effective networker. So if your answer is yes to being effective, Those are the things you'll be doing, right? But the problem of being effective is you become comfortable, right? Because now you don't grow to the next stage. You become comfortable, you can talk to people, you can go to meetings. When you become comfortable, then you don't grow. So we call you effective because you can do all those things. You are busy transacting, making contacts, expanding your network. Fine. You are still very effective, right? So unlike the ineffective stage, the second stage is more active and assertive. That is where we get the effective people that are that level of networking. So you are convinced you can do referrals, you can recommend, you can sell, you can bring a downline. You are leaving nothing to chance, but the problem is staying at this stage makes you comfortable, so you won't move to the next stage, right? Sometimes, let me give you this. We know that eating a box of chocolates every night cannot reduce your waistline. It's very simple. Sugar, its calories, weight gain, right? In the same way, if you connect to the same individuals that you usually just connect with, what is going to grow? Nothing is going to grow. So it means you're still boxing yourself in your comfort zone. You know how to do home meetings. That is just what you're doing, but you are not keen on who do I need to have in my network to make you go to what we call the exponential stage. So let me pose a question to you as I end the effective part. Do you consider yourself an effective networker? The people who are listening, do you know lots of people and attend regular networking events? Right? You are at the level of being effective. You have business card, you have Facebook friends, you have WhatsApp friends, you know, you're expanding your network, right? But still something is missing because you don't know the actual people that are supposed to be in your network. That is what brings the transformation now, right? So the exponential stage, this particular stage will help you do the business like never before. It will support your development needs because you are transforming. And then it will also help you achieve your key goals because now you are past being ineffective and effective, and now you are exploding, right? So one, at this stage, you focus on the quality of people you know rather than on their number. You focus on the quality of people, not quantity, the quality of the kind of people you have in your network. That is at the exponential stage. Diversify your connections, you know, access skills and expertise, you know, become curious about possibilities and opportunity, connect in order to understand somebody, create a relation. You know, that one now we are talking about transformation networking now. It's not just about bringing people in and not taking care of them. Bring people in, but want to understand them deeply so that you can be able to build some kind of relation with them. So you become deliberate and focused in your actions and endeavors at this point. And also you invest time and effort to engage for your own good and for the success of others, right? So you keep on pushing boundaries. I have probably Emily in my network. What can Emily do? Right? No, it's not just about having Emily. I want to understand how I can be able to leverage what Emily can do so that we use it well to build the network. It's very important. At a personal level, relationship building. So building a network of transformational connections involves understanding all the levels of expertise of your network, their experience. Very important. So at this level, the question is, for the people who are exponential networkers, do you think yourself one? Right? Is your network diverse, open, and transformational? Then if the answer to these are yeses, then you are at that particular stage, right? Do you even have people in your network who have skills that you don't have? Right? If you are the person who is stealing the show every now and then I think that is not growth, because nobody else is having any kind of skill that they can bring to explore that network. So think about it. So that is something that every one of us needs to really take seriously. So I want to move to my next slide. From transactional, because that is what people do. From transactional to transformational networking. Most of the people network just for money. We are doing greenwald business just for money, but we are not transforming those networks into what we call a fabric of delivering result, right? Something that can be able to work minus the drive of money. Because the normal networking that people do, that some of us, when we come into this business, do is transactional. We network to have people coming in and buying and using the products. That is all. We are not looking at the skills. So it's not transformational. So I want to give you the difference between just having a transactional network from having what we call a transformational network. When you transact, the purpose is to build business. When you transact, the focus is quantity. When you transact, the connection is shallow. When you're just merely networking to transact, this is what happens. And they are listed there very clearly. Purpose, just to build business. Focus is quantity. Connection is shallow. Location is closed and same. Behavior is stable. Engagement is that give and take. And then ownership just out of control. Result is just operational. That is when you are residing on the transactional side of networking. But now when you move to the transformational side of networking, now the magic happens, right? And I really like this. This is where the magic happens, right? Because now purpose brings personal growth. Focus is on quality, not just quantity, but quality. The quality of the network. The connection is deep. There is relationship building within the network. The location now is open and diverse. It's not closed, right? The behavior now, you can leverage. It's not just about being stable. You can leverage it. The engagement is awesome. You can be able to exchange value, right? Ownership, you are in control of that particular network because you know what other people can be able to do. And then the result is both strategic and operational. So I want to urge us to try very much to go from transactional networking to transformational networking. Because when you transition, now that is where the magic happens. Right? So you just rethink how you network. Move away from transactional networking into, because transactional networking is the traditional way of networking. But transformational is the in thing. That is what you need to embrace. Right? So know that it is time to transform your network. It is time to transform your network, right? So now let us move to the who, because we are talking about why you need to network. Why are we talking about the current way of networking? Why? Now you know the reason why we need to actually look at how we are networking, not just bringing people in and not knowing who is who, what can they do, right? But now let us move to who. Ask yourself who needs to be in your network to succeed. Who needs, right? Understand that difference. And I've laid it very clear there. The real question now is, where do we start? Now, when we're asking about who, where are we going to start? Who do you know in your network now, right now, that may help you in achieving your goals? Start from there. Who do you know? Right? Probably they have something small that they can be able to bring into the net. Who do you know? Start from there. Ask yourself the kind of people you need in your network. Who is in your network is hindering the success of that particular team? Get it right. How do you identify who is missing and where do you get them? That answers the who for us now. Who is supposed to be in your network for the betterment of that particular network? So there are 4 key stages to building a small, smart, and strategic network. I will take you briefly through this. Number 1, you need to sort. You already have a network. Sort through it, right? Look at the kind of network you have now. If you don't have a network, right, know that. Sort whoever is in your network. Have them listed down. Get to know who can do what, sort them out. Number 2, and that is very important, search for your core 4 that I'm going to talk about when I'm ending. Search for your core 4. Who are your 4 key individuals that you must have in your network? Right? Search for them. Number 3, seek, right? Who are the 4 people and personalities that make up your strategic network? Who are they? Seek them, right? Who are they? The number 4 is sync. Who is in your network that should not be there? I think that is a little bit hard, huh? But you get to know, sometimes you have people that are dragging you down, right? You need to know, sync them, get to know who they are. We are not saying you need to chase them away, but get to know them by name, who is not doing justice to this particular network, right? So those 4 key stages is very important as you start to build your network of key strategic people, right? So 4 is a very magic number. 4 in itself is a very magic number. They usually talk about there are 4 essential elements that work together in the universe and in life. 4 key elements, and that is fire, water, air, and the earth. These are 4 critical roles in business as well. I want you to learn from them. This is from diverse reading, and I will be able to share with you sometime later the title of this particular book. It talks about these 4 essential being also critical roles in business. And it's very interesting, right? So number 1, it talks about you need a chief executive officer in your network. This person has vision and strategy. This is the fire of the network, right? Number 2, you need a chief operating officer. This one is in charge of resources and operations, and this is your water in your business, in your network, right? Number 3, you need a chief information officer. The person who brings in the new thinking, new ideas, yeah? That is the air of that particular network. Then number 4, you need a chief financial officer that brings in the performance and results. It brings the money. This is your earth. So these are the representations you have in your business, even in MLM. So you need to have these people in your network. But we are going to understand who are they as we finish. These are just symbolics of what we are talking about. So these 4 offers balance, diversity, dedication, and success. The 4 of them the way they are. Madam Rainey, I have something at the bottom of the screen, the left bottom left side.
Yeah, I can see that the 4 Chinese characters.
I don't know. I don't know if they make sense to you. Are they speaking something?
Yes, the first character means the wind, the air, 风,
Yes.
the air. The second, the fire, 火. The third, 水, water, and the last one, 土, earth. So actually, this is the 4 elements and also the 4 cores in your business. So thank you very much. This is explained. When I saw the topic of your presentation, I was wondering, how can you connect the network marketing with the Chinese traditional philosophy? Now I understand it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's proceed. So your core four, this is the starting point of your network, the core four. Forget about how we are relating them here. I will tell you who they are when we are finishing. Huh? So that is just a symbolic of the kind of people you need to have in any kind of business. We need these people. We need the person in charge. It means somebody, people operating the business. We have people taking care of information coming in. And then we have, of course, that person is very important, the accountant, the money. Is the money coming in the business that you are doing. Huh? So you have this. These four are very core. These four personalities type should be the starting point in building your network, right? So that you can be able to proceed clearly. Now, this is the core four. The core four that you must have to start your strategic network, be it where you are. Number one, you have to have a promoter, right? So a promoter, what a promoter does, they make noise about your potential, possibilities, and inspires you to dream big. It may be your mentor. He fires you up. That is the promoter. You need to have a promoter in your team, in your network. Very important. There's somebody we call a pit crew. He keeps you on track, nurtures you, and prevents untoward emotions from getting the better part of you. That is your water. He knows how to nurture you, to, tame your untoward emotions, right? So you need that person in your, sometimes things don't happen the way you thought they might happen. And then what happens? You can run amok, but you have somebody that can keep you track. Relax, it's not life and death. Just relax. You need people that can be able to come when we call storms are within the network. Then we need a teacher. A teacher within the network helps to develop knowledge within that network. There is wisdom and foresight. So that is the air that people breathe in that particular network. Then we have somebody we call a butt kicker. He accelerates your journey and pushes you to do more and holds you accountable for your actions. Right? So these are very, very, very key. So your promoter, maybe a sponsor or your personal champion, they are with you, by your side, through thick and thin. They never give up on you, always dream big with you, promotes your dreams, makes noise about your potential, spend time with you. They talk good about you, whether you are there or not. So they are just, very positive. They cheer you on, they celebrate you, they rave about you, they make connections where you can be able to get more people, they stretch your thinking, So this is the checklist. Get this checklist, because this is how you know whether you have a promoter or not. They cheer you at all times. They inspire you to become more. They'll help you to explore different paths of success, right? They give you business leads. They are with you for the long haul. They are just with you. They help to achieve your visions, your goals, your dreams. They influence your behavior, right? They want you to adopt a certain kind of behavior, right? So when you see you have such kind of people, then you know you have a promoter in your network. If you don't have now, you know what you need to do, because the checklist is there, right? So that you get them in your team. So check in with your network whether you have a promoter or not. If you don't, then find a promoter. A pit crew, this is the checklist that you need to know. If you have somebody that is referred as a pit crew, he cares about you so much, about your goals. He keeps you balanced so that you live in the here and now, right? They ensure you are balancing your MLM with personal needs and caring for the important relationships in your life. They want a balance in your life, right? Don't neglect your family. I know you're doing business, but they nurture you, right? They ensure you're okay at all times and your emotions aren't getting the better part of you. That is very important to have somebody that can be able to do that. Sometimes they just call you to ask you, how are you today? you know, somebody that nurtures you. They want the best for you, right? So if you have such kind of people in your network, then you know you have a pit crew. If you don't, you need to get one. So do it so that you also have that kind of person in your particular network, right? So your pit crew will help you learn from mistakes and keep pushing you to go for your goals anyway. And also they will be able to celebrate your wins and remind you of your achievements also. So they just nurture you. They are good people to have in your team. Number 3, you need to have a teacher. And somebody said experience is the only thing that brings knowledge. And the longer you are on the earth, the more experience you are sure to get, right? So education is very important, and you get it through teachers. So life is a continuous process, and it's very essential for growth. But here's the thing, it is up to you to include your core network, to include in your network a core teacher that can be able to teach developmental knowledge within the team, bring wisdom and foresight. Successful people always just know that if you have a desire and a commitment to learn, then you always succeed, right? So learning is essential. When you stop learning, you stop growing. So when you have a teacher within your team, then you are sure the team is going to grow. So this is the checklist for having a teacher. They share their knowledge and experience and helps you create the path to success. That one will tell you that you have a teacher in your team. They challenge your thinking, encourage you to be curious about possibilities. They say, I've been reading, listening, and watching this. Most of the time, if you hear a teammate talk about they are reading or listening to something, what you need to do is ask them what they are listening to or reading, so that you can also be able to get them. Because once a teacher exists within the network, that network is bound to grow, because we'll have people growing with knowledge. Education brings success. And the more we do it constantly, the more we become coachable within the team. When you have a teacher, then we become coachable and we learn too, and we can also be able to coach others. So that is how you know when you have a teacher within the team. So ask yourself, do you have a teacher in your network? In your MLM business with Greenwood, do you have a teacher in your network? If yes, that is perfect. If no, please find one. Lastly, we have a butt kicker. This is the checklist. The butt kicker, what they usually do is they just whip you. They just kick you in the whatever, right? They just kick you and you know, they whip you, bring you into shape, help you keep your eye on the prize. When you're trying to deviate, they get you back online, you know? You know, they wake you up, give you a wake-up call. You know, just get on with it. You know, if you have somebody that does that to you in your network, then you have a butt kicker. They ask you about your goals and plans. They check in on your progress regularly. You know, are you up to par with your deliverables? You know, they say you can do it, just get on with it. They keep you focused and decisive. They hold you accountable. You know, they just whip you back, left, right, and center. You know, so ask yourself, do you have somebody that wants to, you know, keep your eye on the prize? You know, you can do it, just get on with it. Do you have somebody like that in your team? If you have, then it's good, you already have a butt kicker. But if you don't, you need to find one, because that is what they do. When we have a pack of these 4 people within the team, then the miracle happens. Miracle happens when you have these 4 people within your team. So get it right, right? So those are the 4 that you need to have in your team. Now, in winding up, I want you to build your network, of course, with these people, and let's see what may be able to happen. But now in building it, I want you to have it within a very responsible, committed, professional, and respectful company, right? Build your network. We are networkers. right, with Greenwald. But we are saying, once we know the kind of people we need to have in our network, then we need to build that network within a setup that can be able to help you, transform that network into significance, right? So build your network within something that makes sense. That's what I want to talk to you about as I finish now. Because when we talk about networking, where are we building it? Of course, within a structure. What is the structure? We are talking about Greenwald, a very responsible, committed, and professional. It respects the distributors. We respect this particular company because it delivers for us. So this company, how do you know you are in the right company? That is what we are boasting of in Greenwald. This company has unique consumable products. Unique consumable products, right? So that is where we want to build this network, right? This company has a very motivating compensation plan. Very motivating. Number 3, there is team. Teams are there, networks are there, and of course we have support, like trainings, like this one we are getting from all the way from the support from China, and then of course a very elaborate and strong company profile. So that is what we are boasting of in Greenwald. So how do you know that you are within the right company? That is what you need to ask yourself. When you're talking about a unique consumer product, where can you find them? Are these products of high quality? Are these products consumed on a daily basis? Are there repeat sales when you are in this particular business? So a unique product is not available in the supermarket. That's not what we are talking about. A unique product is specific to a particular company. Like the products we are boasting of, is only Greenwald that has them. So you want to make sure you are looking to join a company and network within a company that actually has a product that is unique and consumer. You can't get it anywhere, right? So that fair compensation or motivating compensation plan is number 2. And how do you know you are in the right place? Because we are talking about Greenwald having all this. Ask if it is an easy plan to implement. Is it easy to understand and explain that compensation plan, the marketing plan, right? Is there a balance within the plan? Don't look for a network marketing company that you can be able to start making money within 7 days, be a millionaire within 7 days. It doesn't happen. Have a compensation plan that gives you growth, because for you also to make money is not an overnight success. It will take time. So that is what we are boasting of in Greenwald. Team support, the network is team oriented, right? We have weekly presentations at our office in Kisumu. We have training, new distributor orientations. We have tools to do the business, flyers, books, right? Professional trainings like we are having. That is team support, all the training, right? What about the company, the profile, right? Is it a legal company? How long has it been in existence? I'm happy because we are celebrating Greenwald having 30 years of existence. But we are saying if you even have a company that has done 3 years of existence, that is something good. But in Greenwald, we are talking about 30, 10 times more, right? So get it. Build your network within Greenwald, because we have all these 4 key things you are looking for in a good MLM company, right? So get it right, get your network right, build it within what is important. So as I conclude this, I want us to do something in the next few minutes, in the next 5 minutes. I know everyone who is listening is really happy about Greenwald, especially now that I've talked about all this, why we are We are even recommending people to Greenworld, right? As a multi-level marketing company. I know we are happy as distributors. Even the visitors that are amongst us, you are in the right place. What I want you to do is very simple, right? If you really, really love this company, right? I want you to do something very important. I will start doing it. We want to give some love for Greenworld. So what you will do? What I want us to do is just give, if you really love Greenworld and you think we are in the right place and we are recommending people to come and join us. If you really love Greenworld, I want you to put a lot of heart emojis for the love of Greenworld in the chat box in the next few minutes. Let's see the number of loves that we can be able to get from Greenworld, because we are having a company that is really making us be very unique. Give a lot of love emojis. I want Rainy and Budiman to really know that we have people that are passionate about Greenworld. We really love Greenworld, right? So let's have those love emojis going on for our wonderful company. A company that it has very unique products, very efficient, right? A very good compensation plan, support for training, right? A business that you are coming in to make your own money, but you are helped to do it. That is what we are boasting of. And we are very happy that we have a very supportive team, Rainy and Budiman, that can offer us a platform like this where everybody learns across Africa. Of course, also giving me an opportunity to talk to people. You can be able to see the kind of love that we have for Greenworld and to recommend it to any other person that is coming in. Just keep them coming. In a minute, I want to end and give this training back to the hosts. So that is wonderful, amazing, amazing, amazing. Keep them coming, wonderful. We love you, we love Greenworld. I love you all. The people who attended this training, giving me a listening ear. Until next time, thank you, stay productive and be blessed. Back to you, Madam Rainey.
Thank you, Miss Eric. You know, I'm not that fast. I try to put as many roses as I can, but I only put 9. I'm sorry for this. Okay, I see that most of the audience did much better. Most of the audience did much better than me. Okay.
It's okay.
Thank you very much. I really loved your presentation. We learned a lot. So please allow me to explain what we are, you know, Madame Nero and some other trainers asked me about, you know, this outstanding trainer incentive. So actually, you know, you are part of it. I really wish that, you know, we could have an outstanding trainers team before the beginning of the, you know, the great event. So the purpose of, you know, doing this thing, actually, I was inspired by Madame Nero. I still remember on the way going to the airport when we seeing off of delegates, you know, she mentioned something. She said that everything is okay, you know, we enjoyed it very much, thank you very much. But, you know, there's just one thing that we didn't see enough. So she said that we need to see more, especially in the Nanjing production base. We only have 2.5 hours to maximum 3 hours. Yes, that was very true. we started the tour in the Nanjing production base most of the time at 9 o'clock in the morning and ends by 12 o'clock. So we only have 2.5 to 3 hours to see, and you couldn't see enough. So, of trainers, especially of trainers, want to see more and want to bring more back to their teams. So, I was inspired by this idea. So I thought that, we should give more time, 3 more days of trainers to see more, to talk more, and to bring more back home. So what we are going to do is actually around 8 to 10 outstanding trainers of this year will arrive 3 days before the big team's arrival. So what actually we did is we formed a team. We actually can use the training room, the exhibition hall, the workshop, the laboratories. We could use all the resources that normally we don't have the access to, to give the different style of training of distributors, and then we make footage from the beginning to the end, and we give this chance to each and every selected trainers. So we are actually going to select 10 trainers. So in a poster we put 8 because they're already 2 trainers. They're already in. One is Mr. Budiman. The other one is I want to give you his name so far. So Mr. Budiman actually is the director of training department in Africa. So he is already in. So both of us will work together and give you the details. So after we arrival, we'll stay in the the administrative building, the offices, the workshop, the exhibition hall, the laboratories, and even other places that we want to go. And then we deliver of training and explanation right on the spot. So this is much more powerful than the training actually delivered in other place. And also we can form a group. We have a group discussion on important topics of the products and the business. So 10 of us will actually form very powerful and interesting groups that, we'll hire a room or conference hall that we can do this, this is what we would like to do. And all this will be documented from the beginning to the end. So we are going to edit it into very important sections of training programs. So you can use in the market and you can use to market yourself. So this is the purpose of doing this. So, okay, the qualifications, all the qualifications you go and read, but, you got to to notice one thing, that the qualification period begins actually in the January of year 2023. So I know that a lot of trainers, you have delivered your trainings online in the previous years, and all this are documented. So actually from the day one you started with the Zoom meeting, that your effort and your time has counted already up to the actually June of 2024. So you actually have 1.5 years time to finish, the hours of the presentations, and to achieve the maximum numbers of the audience. So go for it, and then we believe that together, because normally we can't meet together. This is the only opportunities. All the outstanding trainers of Africa can be together, because normally you are in all different places, so this time it is time that we unite together. But of course, on one condition, that first of all, you need to qualify for this China trip, for the China trip of year 2024. So you qualify for this, and from the name list of all the Africans, Mr. Budiman said 1,000 people. Okay, so out of this 1,000 people, the qualifiers of the China trip, we select the 8 the best trainers who can do the best trainings, and then we form a new team, and we collectively create something new, something really useful for our market for you to bring back home. So you gain experiences, you gain knowledge, but the most important purpose is that together we create some important training materials for the market. So this is the purpose of doing this. So we hope that out of the 1,000 China trip qualifiers, 8 of us will work with me and Mr. Budiman together. Let's create something new, something really, really wonderful for our market. So, Mr. Budiman, I'm going to hand this stage to you.
Yes, also, Madam Brandy, can you help us maybe to explain there's another incentive about being the African ambassador?
Oh, okay. This is two separate incentive plan. Out of all the existing leaders and distributors that we are going to select 1 to 2 who represent the whole Africa market. So who is the Africa ambassador? Of course, from day one, he and she registered as distributor, all the performance count. That is why I didn't put any, the physical criteria, because normally this Africa ambassador we will have the review of the performance, the leadership, the training style, the how well he or she developed the team, how well he or she developed other leaders, and how broad his or her market is, and how much he or she contributes to Greenwood business in Africa region. So we'll review all this criteria, and basically this Africa ambassador will be recommended by Mr. David John, president of Africa region. So this is two separate incentives. One is for the Africa ambassador, the other one is for the the outstanding trainers.
All right. So for the African ambassador, that means this incentive is widely open for all the leaders in
Exactly.
African region, right? Yeah. Okay.
All the
So
leaders.
even all the leaders, not only for the Diamond Club, even all the leaders. Okay?
No, all
Which
the
is
leaders.
contribute
Yeah.
all the leaders. So ladies and gentlemen, guys, so we have this incentive, two incentives. The first one is to become an African ambassador. And the second one is the incentive for the regional trainers of African region. And both of this incentive actually, we are going to invite them together to come to China earlier, like 3 days before, just like what Madam Reni already tell us, that we are going to have special session touring around in detail in our production base in Nanjing, or maybe even later we may have another meeting or another trainings during the time, like within these 3 days. So we are going to do something amazingly, especially for our African region network. So make sure you can qualify this incentive, okay? And for those who may be not yet, I can say not yet elected, not yet being appointed as the regional trainers, it doesn't mean that you don't have the opportunity. It doesn't mean that you don't have the opportunity. Basically, as a trainers, okay, the most important thing is not only for giving trainings to your people or giving trainings to the people, but the most important thing is, besides you are doing training, you're also performing. You're also performing your BVs, you also increase your rank, you also create bigger networks, you also create a lot of achievers, win the China tour, even win the USA trip, or maybe win the car award. So make sure whatever you train, whatever you teach your people, because today we have been learning from Mr. Eric Tawa, thank you very much for your training, that there should be some fire, there should be some waters, there should be some air, there should be some earth. So basically, at the end of everything, it will come to your performance. To your performance, either you will increase your rank, and also you will create more leaders, and you will create more achievers. So I think hopefully this session, I can see Madam Nerones Moyo, you are here. So hopefully if you are very clear about your question, because today Madam Nerones Moyo also contacting me regarding this issue. So hopefully you don't have more question, or if you still have more question, maybe you can ask. Director Moyo. I think it's okay. All right. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, before we ended the session, let's say Happy Chinese New Year to Madam Rainy, because you're already celebrating the Chinese New Year, which is the year of dragon, the year of dragon, the year of leadership, because we know if somebody is being called as a dragon in China, among Chinese people, that means this person is a big leader. So, Happy Chinese New Year, Madam Rainy. Happy Chinese New Year to everyone. And we will continue our Friday Zoom online training session next week, which is we are going to have 3 trainers next week. 3 trainers. The first one is from Ghana, and the other 2 are from Johannesburg, South Africa. So we are going to learn more about next week trainings. Again, thank you very much, Mr. Eric Tawa, for your fabulous training for today. We are really motivated.
Thank you so much.
We are learning something different today. You are perfect. You are doing very well. And I think, ladies and gentlemen, we can unmute ourselves and say bye-bye and Happy New Year to Madam Rainy. Thank you.
Mr.
Happy New Year,
Budiman.
Madam Rainy.
Thank you,
Yes,
thank
Madam
you.
Rainy.
Good night.
Mr. Budiman, shall we unmute Madam Director Nerones Moyo?
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah, I tried to do this. I couldn't.
Okay.
Okay, all right.
Yes, you can unmute yourself, Madam Moyo.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay. Hello.
Hold on, guys.
Hello, everyone. How
Hello.
are you, Eric? Everyone, how are you guys doing?
We are fine. We are fine. How are you?
I'm okay, thank you. Enjoyed your training. Thank you very much. And
Thank you as well.
Again, Madam Rainy, thank you for the clarification. Just for interest, I would like to get the clarity once again. I guess I'm not the only one, because we get such questions from most of the leaders, right? Regarding the Africa Ambassador incentive. According to your explanation, you say that's gonna be assessed by Mr. David. So does it mean the qualification is already based on the performance of the participants from ever since they started Greenwald, or it's between January to June as per your post?
Okay, Madam Nerones, first, this person, all the data, the performance, the BVs, all kind of BVs and the bonuses, all this data will be provided by the the data processing department to Mr. David. So they will come with a name list. And also, to select this person, Mr. David will also consult the branch manager. We will have a process. So each branch manager will, recommend one top leaders, and then they'll combine this and make a review based on the performance, based on the bonuses, based on the contribution to the business, and based on I said that all this criteria, including the leadership, and so they are going to come up with a name list and select the one. So actually, yes, you're right. So from day one, all the performance counts for this person. It's not.
Okay.
It's not only based on the performance between let's say between the the January to to June. No, it's not.
Oh, okay. It's what overall they did ever joining.
Yeah,
so
it's
that
overall.
All the top leaders are participating on this.
Exactly. So let me put this way, literally, you know, each and every distributor in Africa, as long as you register as a distributor in Africa, you're in.
Oh, okay, perfect then. Now it makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I think it's well clarified, and including the trainers incentive. I think you guys are doing great job to participate. I mean, to encourage the trainers. So I'm so looking forward to having a full house here on Zoom, seeing that more trainers will be wanting to take up the space and do the training. So we're gonna enjoy. So big up the training department. We are truly proud of you guys. So keep it up, and we can't wait to see you in China.
Thank you. So actually, this initiative comes from you. So thank you very much.
It's a pleasure, ma'am.
All right, thank you, Madam Veronese. Thank you, Madam Rainy. Ladies and gentlemen, let's unmute ourselves and we can say bye-bye. And we will see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Mr. Eric Tawa, thank you.
Bye. Bye.
Happy New Year.
Bye.
Bye.
Tawa, Eric, that was powerful.
Good night.
Happy New
Thank you, Mr.
Year.
Eric.
Bye. Good night.
Asanteni sana.
Goodbye.
Asanteni sana for the support. I love you, Green One.
Kamal, good night.
Bye-bye. Uganda.
Bye bye.